Hi guys, welcome back to August Love Story, the channel. I'm Artika.
I'm Tommy.
And today we are reviewing a whole lot of mess. Season 12, episode 4 of Married at First Sight. This episode is titled Romance or Regret. I got a lot of regret for watching.
It's crazy, man.
You want to just start and get the train wreck out of the way?
That's up to you, man.
We can go ahead and get the train wreck out of the way, and everybody else is going to be wrapped up in a nice little bow at the end. Yep. All right, so Paige and Chris. This is our train wreck. Let's see. She called him beautiful. They cuddled, I guess. We found out the I guess was actually sex.
Yeah.
Twice.
They had the sex.
Twice.
2 times.
In 8 hours.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Chris disappeared at 8:50 a.m. to go get breakfast menus, and at 10 o'clock he still was not back. Strike 1.
That's like strike 14.
Well, I'm talking about for this episode.
Oh.
I'm strictly giving a strike for this episode. I can't even go back to all the other stuff. She called him. He didn't answer. He comes back, says he had a panic attack.
I believe the panic attack.
Do you?
Yeah.
You believe Chris had a panic attack, or you believe panic attacks are real?
Both. But the thing is about him having a panic attack, he probably realized I really married this chick and I don't like her.
I don't think she's aesthetically pleasing because he don't know her to like her.
Right. Everything that he has to make a decision about her, he doesn't like so far. And yeah, it's like, okay, he has this panic attack. I just don't think he's handling everything well.
Oh, he's handling it like, you know how they say you couldn't pray for worse?
Right.
Not beyond her wildest prayer could she have gotten worse.
This is one of the most unfair things I ever seen in my life. It's like you're not even trying at this point to even just, have some bit of control over yourself. Why have sex with a person you don't think is attractive?
It's so easy to not.
Right.
I've done it.
All of us have.
My God, today. I'm going to have to read my daily devotional 3 times tomorrow. I'm going to catch up for days that I may or may not have missed.
Man.
Let's see. He told her that I don't know if he told her or he told us, but they look good on paper. And the attraction just isn't there yet. And the yet makes it seem like he's going to at least give it an effort. But I don't feel it.
Right, me neither. But did you notice that she was still trying to comfort him in his panic? When he came back from the panic attack?
I'm starting to blame her for the trajectory of this relationship.
She definitely has it.
He was all of the blame.
Right.
She is now part of the blame.
Yeah, she's definitely part of the blame. And
I've never had a guy tell me that he wasn't attracted to me. And if he did tell me that I wasn't attractive to him, I would just be like, okay. My husband, okay, it's a little bit different because I took some vows, but you couldn't have told me this before you asked for my vagina?
And that's the crazy part. It's like you
partook in me. And then you but I don't like her though?
How do you do that? That's the thing. It makes men all across the world look bad because at this point he just sticking his thing out the window and letting anybody touch it.
Obviously, that's what he been doing anyway.
That's a bad look on him.
Mm-hmm. So after the breakfast, there wasn't. Paige went downstairs or somewhere, I'm guessing downstairs, to meet up with his family. You notice her family was not there.
Yeah.
I think that she probably texted and her brother was like, it's a no for me. Because her brother has been the most straightforward person that we've seen in her family.
Right.
They sat down and had a meal. It was Chris's dad, Predator Senior, the mom, and then one of the aunts. I don't know how the conversation, which I'm completely like not in my wheelhouse at all because I'm not doing it. But I don't know how the conversation got to, we had some bumps in the road. Let me tell you that I had sex with your son twice, because the only reason that your mother knows that we've had sex is because we have a child. Yeah. I'm not talking to your mama about my sex life. I
definitely wouldn't bring that up.
There's nothing to talk about at all, period. Like, no.
Yeah, I didn't know where she was going with telling them that, or what she was looking for from them to say.
Now, I will say that it's not awkward at this point for her to talk to his parents about sex, because remember, it happened on their wedding day. His dad initiated the sex conversation. Yeah. So I can't blame Paige for bringing sex up to the forefront, because sex had been brought to her already. So if your dad was talking to me about making sure that I have sex with you, I wouldn't think it's strange for me to talk to your dad about the fact that we had sex and something that happened after we had sex.
Yeah, that's just something I would not have done.
I'm just trying to drive the path that Paige took. Like, thinking of it in those terms makes sense how you could have the conversation. Why you could have the conversation is something totally different.
Man,
but how you could have it makes sense.
You really feel bad for her because she's put in a position right off the back to have to defend herself to a man who said he was in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he signed up to get married at first sight. He signed up for this whole experiment, but then he's wanting to step out of it because he's not attracted to her. Like, for me, I'm not blaming him for not being attracted to this girl or not.
I can't tell you who to be attracted to.
Right. My issue is, try.
Don't have sex with people you're not attracted to.
That's the first step. Don't do that. Try to get to know this person.
There are so many couples that made it to decision day that never had sex with each other.
Right.
Y'all could just be another.
Y'all could have been another one of those couples. You know what I'm saying?
And it's quite all right to do so. And then that would have made it much easier to get to know them.
But she's definitely trying to defend herself and be pretty to him and stuff like that. And it's like, man, you shouldn't have to work that hard. Because you can tell after the scene with her folks, which I felt completely uncomfortable with her talking to his folks about their sex because they couldn't do nothing.
And Chris mama's trash too. Because the fact that she said, had he been drinking?
Right. I was like, come on, lady.
Are you a madam?
Right.
Like, are you up here saying, well, he could have done this, and you trying to defend it? Like, no. Your husband is predatory. Your son is inexcusable, and you're just following along. Like, I see why y'all related.
She said, had he been drinking, ma'am. Ma'am.
Do you want me to slap you once or twice?
Oh, man, that's terrible. That is awful.
Like, if Paige had come across the table at that moment, I would have defended her.
Yeah.
And I don't condone violence, but I would have defended that.
That's crazy. And then, so I guess the next morning or later that day, Chris had to go talk to his folks about.
Yeah, it was after that conversation.
Yeah, after their conversation, and he was having to explain the reason why he had sex with her twice, and that was uncomfortable.
Was it?
It wasn't uncomfortable for me, but
it shouldn't have been for him and his predatory dad.
But his dad's like, I raised you a different way and stuff like that, and he's I don't know.
Sounds like a flaw in parenting.
But it was just a weird conversation that they were having about.
I'm sorry, Chris has me with an attitude. I need to fix it.
I see. I'm just trying to get through this, man. It's like
fix it. Okay, continue.
You sure?
I think so. I think I'm done.
Man, but he had a conversation with his folks about it to explain why he had sex with a girl that he's not attracted to. And I don't forget what he said. It was something
mess.
Like he was trying to. It didn't make sense.
No, it was mess. I didn't even write down what it was because it was mess.
I was like, what? Like, what is he talking about? So anyway, fast forward to him and Paige back in the hotel room. He's sitting in the room crying when Paige gets back to the room because she went to go get her hair done and stuff, and he's crying. Why are you sitting in the room crying, man?
He needed something to do for the cameras. That's all I got.
This N-word.
He needed something to do for the cameras. And then on top of needing something to do for the cameras, when he had the conversation with her, they tried to walk off to have it in secret. You signed up to be on a reality television show. You are not an executive producer. It's not going to happen. Married at First Sight is catching everything. But he said to her before they got up and had this sidebar conversation that he's from Chicago and people don't do that.
He basically felt
I want people to stop with this. I'm from somewhere and we don't do that, because it's people in every city, state, USA that does all of the dumb stuff that y'all claim not to do.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But he was like, he basically felt like she was telling on him to his folks, like he's not grown. And I get that part.
I do too. And I don't like that. Like, I don't feel like, I could see it from the vantage point of thinking that, yes, she was trying to make sure that your parents, shook their finger at you and said, you were wrong, Chris. And it didn't happen that way. I don't know what she expected to happen for someone saying that I'm not attracted to you, because he's not.
Yeah.
And I mean, his action says otherwise, but
like she never would have known this until he told her.
Exactly, because they had the sex.
Right. Like
twice.
Twice, man. That's what don't make sense to me at all. Like, it's hard watching them. Like, really, it's really truly hard. And now it's even harder because, you've seen them, like, you see her trying to be attractive to him.
And I don't even know if she's trying to be attractive to him. I think that she is taking I got married, I am taking marriage seriously with everything that could be thrown at me, because she just don't know the other balls that are coming at her head. But no pun intended.
Yeah.
But like, she doesn't know what else is coming at her. So it's like, my husband doesn't find me attractive could be like the tip of the iceberg, and like we find a way to like, laugh and play and get to know each other, and he's gonna think that my personality is attractive and he's going to fall in love with me and we're gonna live happily ever after. But
like, he could have kept all that to himself. Halfway through this whole season, realized that she's not the one, and he don't want to do this.
Or already knew, but just go along with everything and just see how things turn out. Because he got enough other stuff going on in his life to make himself not the one.
Right. So I don't know, man. I just feel really bad for her, and it's hard watching this because we see what's coming, and now she knows what's coming.
I feel really sorry for her when we watched the Unfiltered, because I was just like, she can't even hide it in her face,
right?
Like, at all, period.
Oh, and so we did see them go to Vegas for their honeymoon. And they seem to be starting over. This is day 2. And of being married. They're starting over.
Again.
Like how?
So I put that they attempted to reconcile before the honeymoon. And then right before they were about to leave, he said, it can't get any worse than today. I was like, shut your face. Because it got worse.
It definitely got worse. And we haven't gotten to it yet.
So we did see like when they landed and everyone was together getting taken to the hotel. I don't know if it's considered a resort. I guess it is. Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
They were getting taken to the hotel and he was trying to figure out who was with who.
That was before they got on the plane.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, okay. That was when they first saw it, all each other.
He was trying to figure out who was with who, and he said he got everyone wrong. And I was like, okay, bad judge of character. But apparently he doesn't like Jake. Yeah. And I'm wondering what that is about, because Jake just kind of seemed like he just kind of stood there and smiled awkwardly in every scene that they were in before they got married. So
I don't know. But it's curious to see. I can't wait to see Eric and him get into these conversations that they get
Eric
into.
is like frat boy angry. All right, so we'll just go ahead and knock everybody else out. So really quickly. Are you done with them? I'm done with them.
Okay.
You done with them?
Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
All right. Virginia and Eric, he mentioned that she has a nervous laugh that we've all been talking about. I know we found out in the preview for like later on in the season that she has anxiety issues, so that's kind of part of it. I put, they know they be kissing. And then he said, I love to kiss her all night. Hee hee. I was like, this is awkward.
Eric trying to smash,
man. She did find out about his previous marriage. She said she was okay with it because he had been divorced for 3 years.
Yeah.
He told her dad about it when they sat down and had brunch. I'm gonna just say everybody had brunch. When they had their meal, and her dad was like, okay, it's cool. Like, it's some years behind it. Like, I just want you to understand that there is an age difference between you guys, and you're going to see what I'm talking about.
And y'all in different phases of your life right now.
Yep. He told her that he got pretty crazy in college. I said, I don't believe him. That was the only thing that I wrote down of note. And then I said that the kid situation might divide them because he seems to want children. She's on the fence about it, which I get she's on the fence because she's like, what, 26?
Yeah.
26, I wasn't sold on kids.
Well, I mean, I don't think the kids thing is going to be such a big deal. Just because.
I think it would be if she was older.
If she was older, definitely. But the kids thing right now, day one, day two of the marriage, it's not a huge big deal. Well,
remember, that was a big deal thing, like deal breaker for Brett and Olivia.
Yeah, but
I know they're not Brett and Olivia, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, we've seen the kids situation.
I mean, like day one, day two, that's the least of their words. They are not trying to have kids today. So
somebody is. Or somebody did.
Anyway.
You got anything else for them?
When they made it to Vegas, because I didn't have a lot for them.
Yeah, I didn't write a lot for them.
When they made it to Vegas, Eric was trying to tour the hotel room.
Because there was they put them in their budget went to the room because they couldn't go to a Caribbean resort.
It's a living room over here. And she was ready to drink. And Eric was like, but I thought we was going to take the rooms out. I was like,
we can drink and check the rooms out.
I find that dynamic is going to be interesting. You know, just to see how they both deal with it.
She's going to cry a lot because he tries to calm her down.
Yeah.
I foresee that because she cries a lot in general.
Yeah. So, but that's what I have.
All right. Next up was Haley and Jacob. If I wrote the word awkward once, I wrote it 5 times.
I wrote these 2.
Awkward. I said awkward across the board. When they were talking about breakfast, we heard for like the 17th time that he eats red meat and eggs. it's some type of diet that he's on. I am not sure.
He used to be on it, but now he's
just stuck along with it.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the diet was for. Like, I want to know, what are his body goals?
I don't know, man, but that, like, you don't eat no vegetables.
Right.
Doesn't seem healthy, but hey, it works for him.
Does it? Have we checked his cholesterol?
It's one thing. I looked at them in their interactions and like the production. I believe they talk more. I think production is
pulling the most awkward parts of it to show the awkwardness.
Right, but I believe that they're talking way more than what we see. So that was one of the things. And you talking
I'm
about
laughing at my notes. I'm sorry. I wrote red meat eggs workout, red meat eggs workout.
Man, he talked to the parents and they flashed back to the night before. He talked about that. The same thing about his house. Just this time he showed them pictures of the house.
Hey, I have a surveillance camera. Let me show you. I was like, wasn't the Tommy?
That's something I would do. But I would have more conversation.
You would have more conversation.
And that's why I feel like he's like lacking and he's not thinking about it. It's like, bro, it's so easy to have a conversation with people. How's your food? What are you doing? How are you doing? Like,
tell me a little bit about her when she was a teenager.
Right.
They force feed you questions.
Oh my God, just have this conversation and be normal. But in his defense, his folks did tell her, Haley, that he was a loner, you know, and you know, so. Which
worries me because she obviously is a social butterfly because she was in like 14 weddings.
That was her. Yeah.
So she has a lot of friends, right, and she's close enough to all these friends that they would ask her to be in a wedding.
Yeah, I don't see myself being in any more weddings.
I might have 2 more. I have a sibling.
I don't have any more.
Actually, I have more than one sibling, but
I may have one more. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Siblings aside, I think I only have one more friend that would get married and have me in a wedding party.
Yeah.
But that's because most of my friends are married already.
What did he ask her parents? It was something about like, how is she? And they was telling him if she gets mad, just kind of let her be and figure it out herself.
You felt that, didn't you?
I had to learn that, man. It's like, man, this girl crazy. It was just like his conversation is just bad, man. I feel
he's not a conversationalist.
No, and it's like a lot of awkward pauses and pregnant pauses and stuff. And I'm
sure some of that is editing.
I'm pretty sure it is.
We know who they can't edit pregnant pauses into, and that's not in their relationship. But Clara, you can't edit a pregnant pause in her. It said that Haley needed a drink. I wrote in Haley needed a drink to talk to him about after she talked to his parents, and then I was like,
she looked so bored to talk to his parents.
She did, but his parents were just like him. They didn't give much of anything. Yeah. They were just like, he was a good kid. He's 38. Can we talk about his adult self? What are his goals and ambitions in life outside of having a beach in his backyard and working out and eating red meat?
The 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so they did have a drink after they talked to each other's parents, and that conversation was boring too. So,
some couples boring is good. Like, I don't know that it's gonna work for them though.
Haley is really trying to convince herself that this is it, that she's gonna give it her all. I really feel bad for some of these folks, man, because they have
Haley and Paige.
Right.
And probably Eric in the future.
Possibly, man. They have some really bad choices. I don't know. It may get better, man. But that's all I got for them.
All right. Next up, Clara and Ryan.
I really didn't write a lot for them.
I said he didn't ask her to go to Pound Town.
She wanted him to, though.
Oh, she got her racially ambiguous man and she was trying to do it.
Yep. He was just like, well, I'm finna go to sleep.
Right.
Found out she's a sleepwalker and talker.
I missed that.
Did you?
Was Lily singing during that time?
Possibly.
Lily broke out in song, y'all, and it was a lot. I wrote that we found out his parents are ministers and that she hasn't been to church since the first year that she had of Bible college.
Yeah.
I had to ask what was Bible college, but we didn't Google it, so I still don't have an answer.
We found out that she doesn't deal with conflict that well.
Mm-hmm. Her parents were the root of that.
Yeah. And they know it. So
I could see that. I have a friend who said she never saw her parents argue as a child. And then when she became an adult and she saw them argue, she always thought that they were going to break up because she never saw them argue as a kid. And I was like, note to self, show Lily the entire relationship. But that was obviously prior to me getting pregnant with Lily. But I was like, make sure my kids see the full spectrum of the relationship and let's not go in another room to have an argument unless it's a other room type of argument.
I get you. I was gonna say they're communicating well though. From what I noticed, like they're talking to each other, they're finding out things about each other.
It seems it's mostly just Ryan being agreeable and Clara talking a lot.
I mean, like when that happens, you kind of jump. It's like double dutch. You know how double dutch?
Nope.
You waiting on the jump rope.
I know the motion, but I've never double dutch.
Man, I was cold at it.
Oh, okay.
I used to love the jump rope. Anyway, but no, I see that they are like really communicating well and trying to get to know each other a lot. She does talk a lot. And so she takes over the conversation, but he's able to interject things when he needs to.
That sounds like us. I talk a lot.
Do you?
On these reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Just not in the relationship, but on these reviews, I talk a lot and you have to interject.
That's fine. But that's what I have for them.
Yeah, I just wrote that they recap talking to the parents and they agreed that they're going to work on communicating. And I made a note that Chad hates it here. Yep. Chad is Ryan's brother and he looked the entire time like, I got something else to do.
Right.
And it doesn't involve being here. We were supposed to be done with this at 11:45. It's 12:07. We still here. It's okay, Chad. It's okay.
Oh, man, that's too funny, man.
Last but not least, Brianna and Vincent. I tried to end it on a happy note. Brianna said she wanted someone tall and tan. And I was like, girl, define tan. Because he light skinned.
He said, what your number is?
If he's not Atlanta, I don't know what is.
What your number is?
Hey, shawty, I can have your number. Not can I can have. That's Atlanta. Yeah. What your number is?
What your number is? She was like, sir, you gotta ask me like I'm a lady.
We learned that he likes breakfast all day, and she said she'd be willing to cook him breakfast.
She's a pescatarian, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I wonder how she feels about handling meat. Because a lot of people that don't eat meat don't want to handle it. So I just wonder.
Obviously she feels fine if she's willing to cook him.
She might be trying to make him some, what is it called? Morning Star sausage.
He wants some pork, bacon.
I like my bacon from the pig. She said, in the number situation, she said that she wanted her name and his phone to have two emojis, the peach and the eggplant.
I don't know. I don't get the
and
eggplant.
And I was like,
but
I guess she was making sure that he knew that it was okay. But his eggplant to enter.
I don't know.
They sat down and talked to his family. I believe it was his aunt and his cousin.
Yeah.
And then for her, it was her mom, her sister, and her best friend. And I really do like her best friend. Like her best friend truly shows up as a best friend.
I meant to say this while we was talking about Paige and Chris. Mm-hmm. Paige's friends are trash.
Oh, yeah, because she said they never told her anything in the unfiltered.
Off the unfiltered. So, anyway. But yeah, go ahead. Brianna's friend. Brianna's sister looked like she wanted to say something, but never got around to it when they was talking.
She might have when the camera wasn't on.
When the camera wasn't on, yeah. We did find out. What's his name?
Vincent.
Vincent is working on real estate, trying to get his real estate license, and really, he was really working hard. So that was
doing a lot.
Yeah, that was the same thing his cousin had said to Brianna, was that he works a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that could possibly be something that we're looking forward to in the future. I really didn't have a lot of stuff to say about them. A lot didn't happen with them.
I did write down one thing. I said that her his aunt and cousin asked her, like, what does she bring to the table? And she let them know about her respectfully. She was like, let me tell you, I don't need to bring anything to the table. I have a table. Right. I am the prize here. Right. And he got lucky to have me. But just so y'all know.
I definitely
But she didn't say it rudely.
No, she didn't. I definitely think Vincent does have a prize with Brianna, and the same thing for Brianna with Vincent. Like, honestly, they're gonna be the lovable couple. I think we're gonna see them go through some things, but
they've already gone through one thing. His grandmother having a heart attack.
Yeah, at the end of the episode.
And he definitely broke down about that. And like, to see her comfort this person that she doesn't know. Right. Like, it's like, okay, that's a step in the right direction. Yeah. And you want to make sure that the person that you're, spending your life with is going to be there in times of both happiness and sadness. Right. And so him saying, he wanted to rush home to see his grandmother. We see that they do at least stay. We don't know for how long. Right. And I know that rushing home, it's a good reaction. But when you think about it, what can you do? Especially in today's climate, you can't even go in the hospital. Right. So just, having her say, I'm here for whatever you decide. Let's figure this all out. And, she's like, I'm here for you. Like, that was just warm and comforting. So that was the fuzziness of the episode. Right.
For sure.
You got anything else for any of the other couples we didn't get out?
Didn't have much for anybody except Chris and Paige.
Paige.
Damn,
Chris.
I feel bad for them.
And you know what? I said that I wasn't going to look for any, or not look for. I'm not going to actively look. But my cousin has called me and said that she's in a group on Facebook about Married at First Sight. And Chris has joined the group and said that people are giving him death threats. And I was like, y'all, it's not that serious unless you Paige's cousin. Yeah. Because everybody got a cousin.
I don't even think it's that serious, man. It's just a decision that she let somebody else choose in her life. And this is who they got.
I wouldn't go as far as saying death threats, but I would definitely, as her brother, I would be like, you need to have a conversation with him. Yeah. Like, yeah. I don't know who I would pick in my life.
But it's like, both of my brothers it's like you kind of like, it's like, what do you say? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's his preference over. Like, what he did, I don't agree with. It's like, bro, don't just be out here having sex with people just because they have a vagina. You know what I'm saying?
And it's laying in the bed beside you.
Right. Don't just no, just have some type of restraint for yourself. And Paige gotta be held accountable too. Why would you do that?
Chris's parents do better in life.
Anyway, that's all I got for this episode, man.
All right, guys, tell us what you guys thought of tonight's episode or last night's episode, because you guys will see this on on Thursday. Let us know what you guys thought of this week's episode. Comment down below, like, just lay it all out. Like, I know I had to exhale and just purge in the text. I had to get my real, like, I can't say this on the internet thoughts out to my cousin, and then I was ready to talk to y'all. Also, Friday, 8:00 Eastern. We did agree at 8, right?
Yeah.
8:00 Eastern, we are going to do our first Friday night live. We were going to wait until we had a podcast episode up, but this week, or actually this year, has been testing our limits with recording, because first Tommy's computer went crazy and then it went crazier. So, please join us 8:00 Eastern on Friday for our basically Friday Night Live. We're going to talk to you guys about Married at First Sight, the good, the bad, the ugly, the
and whatever else comes up.
Yeah, and whatever else is going on in the world, because, you know, it's Friday night. We ain't do a podcast, so we got to talk about something.
Right.
Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, comment down below, and please share this post. There's so many people out there that are watching Married at First Sight, and like I'm enjoying engaging with everyone. The comments are hilarious. You guys are great. Most of us are all on the same page. We got a few Team Chris's out there, and you know, I respect y'all opinion. I just don't agree with it.
Right. That's fair.
And that's all I got.
That's it.
Oh, one more thing. On our other channel, the 3Amp Media channel, we just released a new, are we going to call it a podcast or a show?
It's just a show. Our
new show is called Let's Discuss. On the first episode, we were discussing the movie American Skin. So it was myself, Tommy, and the two other co-hosts of Tommy's other podcast, Speaker Geekers. So that is up on the other channel. If you go to our page on YouTube and click under channels, the link is there directly to that video. And we're going to try to post it in the description box as well, so you guys will be able to see it there. Please go check that out. It's kind of like your group text message coming to life, and this just happened to be the first episode was about a movie that we thought was pretty good to watch. So that's all I got. Now I'm done.
Now you're done.
I'm done.
All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.
Bye.